where we are going to be going live with the Netherlands versus Norway. Now, my name is still Near, and we are here with Coin.
Hello, man. Good to be here. Finally
Yes.
getting to cast some Dutchies.
Yeah, you casted some games yesterday, but you didn't get to cast any Dutchies, right?
I didn't get to cast any Dutchies. I cast Portugal versus Poland yesterday, which was quite a stomp in Portugal's favor, and Finland versus Cyprus, which was a real stomp in Finland's favor, especially with Lancelot just completely demolishing like 11 stocks or something from Cyprus. So that was a quick game. That was really quick. I think we're gonna have a bit of more exciting game on hand now.
Right, because looking at the Dutch lineup, looking at the Nordic lineup, this could really go either way, really. The Dutch lineup is particularly strong looking at players as Loading and Semi, who both did really well in the quarantine series. But yesterday we saw what Norway could do when they, I'll leave you to explain what Norway can do.
I mean, you have like such big threats in the shape of Maroof, especially, and Lana, who just completely destroyed Malta yesterday. I think, let me check here. Maroof took 9 stocks off of Malta, and then Toon Link finished it off with losing just 2 stocks. So that was a real, that was a real breaker, and it shows that they are pretty much one of the most powerful players in that team, because also against Austria was quite the upset yesterday. Really well done. They both performed really well, but against Austria, I think the real hero of that matchup was De Volen with the Robin. Like really closing out that game. Austria was in a slight lead, and Robin just absolutely crushed it. De Volen, he finished it off, but it's a Robin. And when you think of Robin and the Netherlands, you obviously think of a player like Mad Ice King, which is just one of the best Robin players around. So obviously there's going to be a lot more matchup experience, because I look at the characters that Norway brings to the table, and I see a lot of players, a lot of characters that we have in the Netherlands as well. So we obviously have some more matchup experience against that. So they can't really get away with pulling a Robin in there and expecting us to not know the matchup against that.
Yeah, but the big exceptions appears to be Lunner, the Toon Link. We don't really have a very strong Toon Link player in the Netherlands, or at least not on the level of Lunner and Jay. But we're going to see Azrael and Maroof facing off against each other. We're going to see the Wolf versus the Mega Man matchup. Now, this is very interesting. We didn't see Azrael play at all yesterday, and we saw a very strong performance from Maroof yesterday. So this could really go either way.
This could really go either way, and I think it's a really clever choice by YYC to start off with Azrael, because he's a really momentum-based player and really is one of the players of the team which can get the Netherlands off to a really good start. And we already see his Wolf go absolutely ham. He picked Final Destination. I'm not sure if he picked it or if Mega Man picked it, but it doesn't really matter. Getting that forward air and already going straight off the blocks. I see a bit of a latch trap here.
Now, of course, the Mega Man matchup is one that is very well known by Azrael, having faced off against Loading very often. And Azrael also has his Cloud, but he decides to bring out the Wolf here. Now, I think the Wolf does better against Mega Man, so they prepared a very nice counter pick here in this first match.
I think they understood the threat that Maroof brings to the table, and seeing as he went in first yesterday and third in the second game yesterday, I think they done really well also picking Azrael's Wolf, which is extremely consistent, extremely dangerous. A bit more so, his Cloud is one of the best in Europe, obviously, but it's a bit more polarizing. But Azrael losing here the first stock, getting a good amount of damage here on Maroof though, and every stock you get off that Mega Man just is a really good stock that counts in the long run, because this isn't a sprint, it's a marathon, and you really need to conserve those players, and taking a few stocks here off Mega Man would be a huge opener for the Netherlands.
Right, but Maroof is doing very well, and really is putting Norway on the map here. Yesterday as well, now today, starting off against Azrael, starting off really well. The way he uses the leaf shield is very good, but now Azrael with the up smash scoops him up and gets the stock.
Yeah, gets an up smash as well without taking too much damage. This is very good for the Netherlands, actually, getting that momentum, that early momentum from Azrael, but now taking a bit of damage with the leaf shield, so annoying to deal with, especially on a stage like Final Destination. It's the forward disadvantage. Azrael needs to get a way out of this. Maroof playing extraordinarily well. Getting caught by the F smash. This is really bad.
Yeah, now the ledge trap is set up and the back air will put Azrael off stage. The crash bomber is in place, but to no avail. Azrael makes it back to the stage, gets the throw here, and now gets to do his own combos. Wolf's advantage state is very strong against Mega Man, and Maroof almost losing the stock off that down smash.
Gets 65 off that combo. That's amazing, and that is the power of Wolf. Like he was at disadvantage for most of that stock, and like one single conversion off a grab knee, and it's equalized again, and he gets the two frame. Azrael in the lead against what probably could be Norway's strongest player. This is a great start for the Netherlands.
It is, and that down smash really sealed the deal here. Now all he needs to do is take one more stock and the Netherlands will be off to a very strong start. Now Maroof doesn't want that to happen, starts to play a little bit slow, starts to throw out the leaf shields again. Azrael has to shine ready and now needs to recover another trump back air. And that's the second stock Maroof has taken that way against Azrael.
Yeah, Maroof really hitting those trumps very consistently. Very good ledge trap, and one that is Wolf is not really prepared to deal with in any way because his aerial mobility is not that great.
Right. The metal blades are starting to come out as well. The lasers are being used to keep Maroof at bay. Azrael has no plans of interacting on Maroof's terms. Tries to get his own combo set up here, but Maroof manages to find his way in time and time again. Again, that leaf shield comes out and just stacks on a little bit of extra damage.
Yeah, now Azrael is going to be able to fish soon for those kill options. Getting that forward air into back air would be a great way, or a back air on the edge, just a stray one, would also be a very good way of getting that last stock here. One needs to watch out because the up smash, he dodged it, he shields the up smash. Great catch on Azrael's part. And Maroof here a bit greedy here with the up smash, a bit desperate to clean up that stock. Azrael surviving.
Yeah, makes it back, no edge guard on Maroof's part, but this is neck and neck. This could really go either way. Both players looking for stray hit here. Maybe a smash attack, maybe a back air, and the back air will take it, and Azrael takes it
with a straight, some great anti-hops coming out for Azrael, really baiting out for Mega Man to drop that shield and maybe go for a grab or an up smash or an up tilt. And Azrael is able to snipe Maroof here in a very convincing way. On the back burner for, well, what seems the first part of the game, he was really on the back burner, but he really came back, and that is why and that is what Azrael's strength is.
Mm-hmm. Really taking over the game at any point, and now the good thing is that his last stock, while he was in a very high percentage, that gets reset back to 0, and Azrael on one stock can still take out 2 or maybe even 3 stocks of his opponent. But we get to see what Norway decides to do here. Now, looking at the lineup for Norway, what can we really expect against Azrael?
I mean, yesterday, the thing is, like, of all these matchups that I see, I think Azrael has experience versus everything. I mean, we have so many players that play the characters, but I think, personally, maybe they're going to either go for the Toon Link or the Link. Because they put in Lunner as the second player yesterday, in both cases, against and they put him in against the Ness and against a Rob, a Pichu.
Yeah.
And I think those are the only 2 matchups we don't really have represented in a larger capacity in the Netherlands. Like, we have Colossal Banner for Link, but we don't really have as you mentioned earlier, we don't really have a Toon Link performing on that level.
Yeah, well, we do have Cursed Cake, of course, but
we have Cursed Cake, of course, with this legendary Wi-Fi tool. I mean, let's not talk too much degenerate shit here. And but I think maybe one of those 2 is going to step in and try to get that last stock off of Wolf. Also because they can do so without too much risk of losing a stock. For example, if you put in the Torigami as Ken, I mean, Ken has to get in really close. And against Wolf, I don't think that's really what you want to do.
No, and honestly, for Team Norway, there are so many good options. We also saw Frisky Sisson take the stage with his Inkling. We saw Tons Palutina taking 3 stocks of Austria. I'm not sure what they're gonna do, but I'm pretty sure they will be able to get the stock of Azrael and start on getting some ground for themselves, really, and maybe converting that to a quick advantage here with a player like Devlin or Lunner
Yeah.
or maybe something like in the Zaxi.
And we're gonna see the we are gonna see the Toragami Ken coming in here, or is it no Toragami. And I'm wondering. Norway needs to really change the momentum. Like they obviously suffered a bit of a mental deficit losing that Maroof straight off the bat against Azrael, which just is it's a great moral victory for Azrael as well. Like he played really well, he really clutched out that first game, and now I think Azrael is at its most dangerous when he's really confident in himself. Then that's when you get the sick plays that he's so famous for. In both his Cloud and his Wolf, like getting those weird side Bs off stage, or just going for those callouts. And immediately you see Azrael playing an incredible neutral game, an incredible advantage game here. And
and the big difficulty for Toragami seems to be penetrating that threat bubble of Azrael, because Azrael is playing this very slowly. He's mostly on the outskirts of the stage, using the blaster to create a zone between him and Toragami is behind as a result of that. And this needs to start. Toragami needs to make something happen here, or else Azrael is going to take all 3 stocks here.
Gets the back air, gets the taunt off, and Azrael is really feeling himself. And great that you point that out about the threat bubble, because obviously, like, Toragami has a lot of leeway going, and when he finally gets a straight hit, he can convert it to a lot of combos. But Azrael just does not let up, does not let him do it. He weaves expertly in and out of that threat bubble and keeps him on his toes, gets a back throw, and Toragami is already at 80%, while Azrael is still at 30%.
Yeah, Azrael has not taken a single percentage yet this stock, and this is just the caliber of player that he can really shut down this Ken playstyle, having played a lot against similar Ken playstyles like Trino, for example. Now, Azrael takes his first percentage, but Toragami is already on 112%.
It's over 4%. I mean, Toragami really going for those side Bs. There we go. Good recovery. Upset. Gets another back air. And Toragami's on his last stock here. Azrael is about to snipe 2 people here. And even the counter pick, Ken. And, oh my god, yeah, Ken really fishing here for that Shoryuken. Might kill off the top here. And it doesn't actually. Great DIing on Azrael's part, not letting himself get another Shoryuken. And let's see, maybe Azrael can use that rage and fuel hatred towards Shotos to actually get the final stock.
Yeah, that could be a possibility, but Toragami has slowly crawled his way back into this game. Needs to get just one more Shoryuken, and Azrael will be sent to the blast zone here. The neutral will not take it just yet. Tries to get a smash attack in. Azrael still dancing around on those outskirts, tries to get some sort of thing going. The backer will take it.
No, Scott, I think Azrael was really trying to go for those risky plays. He recognized he was at a really high percentage, and he was not probably going to be able to finish the stock in a more conventional way. But so he tried to go for a bit more risky, flashy plays, which we know him for, obviously. But Toragami was paying really attention and really got back into the game and just played patiently, not being greedy at all, just waiting for that straight hit that he needed to close out this game. Very well played by Toragami, taking that momentum out of Azrael's sails just a bit.
All right. Oh, and if the plan for the Netherlands is to tackle this Ken by not interacting with him, trying to keep him at bay with projectiles, then they've got a great lineup to do so. Because looking at the Dutch lineup, we've got Loading's Mega Man, we've got Sammy's Young Link, we've got Pain's Duck Hunt, we've got Purple Debo's Pac-Man, we've got BJ Snake. Really, the Netherlands has a field day in counterpicking this Ken, and I think that pretty much any choice will do here. But I have a vague suspicion they might be sending out a player like BJ here to further extend their lead.
Yeah, I'm not sure if the objective is here to counterpick the Ken. I think you have to look forward as well, because it's the Ken only has 1 stock, so it's a pretty big thing. You're probably going to take that, and the Netherlands has to look forward as well. Like, who are they going to field after this? I mean, it's a pretty big chance that whoever they're going to put, they're probably going to get Lana against them.
Yeah.
So they have to prepare for that as well. So I'm thinking maybe someone like there's an abundance of options, really. We can have AAA. You can also just pull out the Super Sammy and just terrorize the hell out of them with his sick combos and game. You can also have Paint, who hasn't played yesterday, but he has a lot of experience against Shotos. I'm not sure how he thinks the matchup goes between Duck and Ken, but he's really good at keeping that Ken out of his way.
Yeah, and talking about players who have played yesterday, we also saw an actual tear up the entirety of the Belgian lineup with taking 5 stocks with his unorthodox Luigi playstyle. And he is also something that Norway really needs to consider. How are they going to deal with this menace of a Luigi that seemingly came out of nowhere?
I mean, there's obviously a chance they're going to field an actual egg, but I don't really think that he's going to be playing this set specifically, because I think you have to consider that an actual egg is a really good opening act for a team like the Netherlands, because as you saw yesterday, he just created such momentum and such a big initial lead, and I think that role has gone to Azrael today, and he performed exactly the same. He also took 5 stocks, an incredible display of Wolf. And I think that's pulling in an actual, you have to have a few anchors obviously on your team. So we might be seeing Debo today. We might be seeing BJ today. I think the Netherlands will definitely field Super Sammy any day that they want, because he's just such a reliable and strong carry player for their team.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, as you mentioned earlier, that's just a filter, and we're gonna have the purple Debo. That is a really good choice. Just taking away, showering him in items, apples, fruit, and all kinds of hydrants and shit, and just annoying the hell of it, even on Final Destination, which is just... I'm wondering if Ken's going to be able to play advantage here.
Yeah, and I'm going to be a little bit biased here because I love watching Purple Debo, and he's a Dutch player as well. But his combos can be so creative. He can really style on his opponents, and I'm wondering if we're going to get to see that here, just to boost the morale a little bit more of the Dutch players. Or maybe Toragami will be able to take this home. The Galagas are coming out, and it's already looking very hard for Toragami to even get something done.
Yeah, the constant shield pressure here. Pac-Man has to be careful a bit, though, not to get caught in that disadvantaged state against a Ken, because that is a really dangerous place to be in. It's like being in a forest fire with a wooden suit on. But Ken really, Debo having a lot of Shoto experience as well, just really piling on the combos. What comes to mind yesterday was his game versus Zetros for the Belgian players. Just absolutely destroying Zetros on that 3rd stock, for example, with such a sick combo, instantly getting it to 80%. Debo here taking a bit of damage.
Right, but so far Toragami is holding himself well. The Bell will go for the stun and gets the up smash, and Purple Debo doesn't lose a stock. Very crucial for the Netherlands, and they get to, Norway gets to go back to the drafting board and figure out how they're going to deal with this yellow demon.
Yeah, and I think the Netherlands have, okay, I'm just going to say, we're sounding really biased. We're both Dutch. We're going to cheer for the Netherlands. Deal with it. So
no, I'm not. I hate the Netherlands.
Okay, now we got that out of the way. I think... YYZ, the coach, has really done a really clever move pulling in Purple Debo, because who are you going to field against him? Maybe there's probably going to be coming a Palutena out right now, because I look at the list and I see that that's one of the only players that really that can really play well against the Pac-Man, because I don't really see Link, Yoshi, or PT or something doing that, to be perfectly honest. And Norway has to be scratching their heads right now. Because, for example, Maroof would be a really good pick here, but he's been sniped.
Yeah, but you could just put in Maroof 5 times. I mean, they won't notice. No one will notice.
No one will notice.
As long as the Twitch chat doesn't tell the tournament organizer, I guess we're fine.
I mean, what we could do is field Sona 5 times, and it will just absolutely fuck shit up, and that will be a really good day for us, and a really good day for Azrael as well. And so far, we'll have to see what the Vikings here are going to play as their 3rd player. And of course, we have Debo still on a full healthy 3 stock. So he's going to be okay coming into the next match. Really well conserved play with him. And we're going to have to see what Norway brings to the table this time. I think they still have Lana in the back of their heads. They still have the Volan who pulled through yesterday. They still have the Sissin and the Inkling. They have still a lot of options. It's not done yet. Of course.
No, it definitely isn't. As for me, I would love to see Tom, the Palutena, or De Voland come out here. Because I think Tom has what it takes to win against Purple Debo. Yesterday we saw how Ton makes short work of Squirrel, a Duck Hunt player, and while Duck Hunt and Pac-Man aren't really similar, they both have a lot of projectile play, and I think Ton worked well around that. But instead, we're gonna see Lunner.
And this is a really crucial time for Norway, because if they lose Lunner, they are in a huge mental deficit, losing their two strongest players right off the bat against the first two players that the Netherlands bring to the table instantly with the dash attack. Coming with the down air. This is a sick combo by Debo. Toon Link in disadvantage. He has to be doing something here. Gets down to the edge. Very clever. Not going to the ledge, going for the up B just on the stage. But Debo is not letting up and just... Toon Link is just dead here.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
The pressure just got a little bit too much, and Debo is doing what he does best, and that's relentless aggression.
Forward air, forward air, forward air, forward air! Let's fucking go, Debo!
Debo is definitely a weird Pac-Man to look at if you're used to seeing traditional Pac-Man players play stuff like players like Sinji, who are just very defensive. But Debo doesn't want anything of that. It's more of this T school of Pac-Man, where he just goes for stylish stuff all day.
I mean, Debo is riding on an amount of momentum, which is insane. He's just been on crack all day. I mean, just... Oh my god, he just went for just an F smash out of nowhere and he hit it!
Oh, great catch in the bell though. And that's something we saw Lunner do yesterday as well. Those great item catches that could really change this matchup into his favor. He's behind, but it's not looking like he's behind.
No, he's definitely still playing with a lot of confidence. Lunner obviously being a really good player, but here losing his second stock. Purple Debo's still on his third stock. He hasn't lost his stock yet, and I mean, this is a disaster for Norway.
It's quite rough, but the Norwegian fans are still believing. The Galaga goes nowhere, and that's a good start for Lunner. But he needs to start taking this stock. Needs to find some sort of setup or something like a forward air. But it's quite hard to kill this yellow fiend.
I mean, you see a lot of Toon Links finishing their first stocks off with that F tilt as a ledge trap, which is just such a good skill. But Purple Debo here with so many options off stage, and oh my god, catches the gold, catches the bell. Okay, he's gonna die first. He's gonna lose his first stock here. But I mean, Debo has already pulled his weight here in his money. He can lose his stock.
I mean, he already or he did really well in this crew battle so far. If he can get Lunner's last stock as well without losing his own, that would be the cherry on top really for the Netherlands here. But Purple Debo coming out strong. Lunner is not giving up just yet, and he's carrying the hope of the Norwegian fans, so he can't just give up so simply.
No, exactly, and I mean, there's still, even if he doesn't win the match, like, taking a few stocks is already super important here, and could be, like, the beginning of a bit of a momentum switch for the Norway players. Here in the disadvantage stage, off-stage shenanigans. No, we're gonna see a back air, we're gonna miss. Debo going for the grab. A back throw will kill here, actually. Going for F-smash, no cigar here.
Debo with no fruit has to find the KO, gets the apple, gets a cute ledge trap set up here, and everything is going everywhere, and it's very hard to follow, and gets caught by the apple.
An apple a day keeps that Toon Link away, baby, and Norway loses their third player, and Debo only lost one stock, so he has still 2 stocks left. Fighting against that, I mean, the other players of the Netherlands can pretty much keep warming the bench, because I don't think Debo is going anywhere for a while.
Well, I wouldn't be cheering so early because we still have Team Norway. We saw how Devlin yesterday was able to finish the job with relative ease against Austria. So I wouldn't count out Norway just yet. And I know you are biased, Coin, but I mean, I would like to see the Netherlands win as well. But it's not over until the fat lady sings.
Definitely true. I mean, Norway, there's still a lot of options left for Norway. There's still a lot of good players here. I mean, they're not in the team for no reason, of course. They have a lot of skill between them. But Norway really has to formulate a comeback right now, because else it's going to be curtains for them in just a short while. The Netherlands still having 3 players behind them, and Norway down to their last 2 players. We're going to see who they're going to field. Obviously, Lana, and Toragami, and Maru are out of the game right now. So who do you think they'll be fielding against the Pac-Man? Do you think we're going to be seeing a Palutena?
Yeah, I think you have to go for Ton here. I think Ton was great yesterday at stopping the momentum of the Austrian players, and I think he could do it today as well. But I'm not an expert on the Norwegian team, and Lunner, next to his great tuning play, is also the captain and TO of this team. So he knows the players, he knows what to do here, and who knows what we're gonna see? Could be Nozaxi's Pokemon trainer for all we know, and it's just gonna depend on who has the most Pac-Man experience.
Yeah, I do think Pokemon trainer is not a real good choice against the Pac-Man because you're gonna be how you're gonna play neutral as, for example, Squirtle. You're just gonna be kept at an arm's length by that Pac-Man and just not be able to get those initial combos off. And I don't think and we are going to see the Palutena, but I don't think it is going to be Tom.
Yeah. So Tom yesterday was the big momentum stopper for Norway against Austria. Let's see if he can do it today. Of course, Purple Debo is a whole different breed and has played quite some Palutenas in the past. Air dodge off stage can be recovered from. So I'm looking forward to seeing what Tom can do here.
Yeah, initially recognizing the threat level, going really, really far below for that recovery, gets it easily, of course, with Palutena's teleport having such a huge range, and getting back to the stage initially, which just it's a good start for everyone. And so far, so good for the Palutena player, but now the bell is out. The bell sings. Not going to hit though, and Palutena almost getting a conversion here, but gets stopped by the Hydrant. Such a good landing option for Purple Debo here.
Mm-hmm. Well, one of the things I'm noticing already is that Tom is not afraid to go up to the bell and take it for himself. He tried to do it just now. Purple Debo just a millisecond faster on that one. But Tom is not afraid to take some risks here, and I think that's a great sign for someone who needs to bring it all back for Team Norway.
Yeah, exactly. He is going to be having a lot of pressure resting on his shoulders. But, oh my God, reads the tech wall perfectly, and Debo just instantly gets an F smash on and taking the first stock of Tom. This is really good. Debo is really pulling his weight right now. I think it's on his fifth. This is his fifth stock taken today. And we're gonna have to see here how Ton is going to respond. He really needs to be finishing stocks really quickly, but gets 84%. Just a really quick combo again. Oof. Oh my God, Debo is just destroying this.
Yeah, Debo is has all the momentum on his side. Now Ton gets to do a down throw, almost gets the up air, but Purple Debo just a little bit too quick on the fingers right there, and gets out of there. Now, the neutral air will put Ton in a tech chase situation, and both players start flying to both sides. It's not really clear who has the advantage here in terms of stocks, but it's clear who has the advantage in terms of crew.
Yeah, and I mean, Purple Debo started with a stock less and is now actually ahead in percentages as stocks. I mean, he's just playing out of his mind today, just really bringing the pressure down on anyone. And
I'm loving the apples. He's tossing them out so often, and it's a very underrated fruit.
I mean, Purple Debo is such a player that he recognizes which fruit is the best for that moment and just throws what he needs, and not always waits. Gets the down and gets the second stock as well. Right. Oh my God.
Galaga in hand, the Hydrant on the floor. This is big damage time, 40% already. The back throw will finish off Purple Debo's stock. But is it too little, too late? Both players on one stock left. Purple Debo starts off the combo and there is the Galaga in hand. Once again, it's the Hydrant on the ledge. Tom makes it back.
Yeah, this could be the start of something for Norway. Like, they took a stock of Debo, but oh my God, the lack of teching here makes for like the second stock in a row, or I think the third even. Debo just really, really capitalizing on the lack of teching here and getting that F smash. And Azra and Debo here really carrying their weight here both.
Yeah, I'm not sure if we're gonna see Loading or Super Sammy take the stage at all today, but the Dutchies are are feeling quite confident today, and I think that most Dutchies watching at home can go to their fridge and open up their Heineken because it's looking quite comfy for the Dutch team.
Yeah, and I was thinking we're gonna cast a very exciting game, but it's another steamroll here. I mean,
Nah,
well,
you can't say that.
I mean, it is a steamroll so far. I'm not being. This is not a bias thing. I mean, I saw Lancelot here taking 11 stocks out of people, and now we're seeing just Azrael and Debo absolutely playing out of their minds, just setting their team up for success here. And I mean, Debo has been, he was playing yesterday so well as well, and he's been playing it, he's been bringing it today as well. He's just been such a reliable person for the Dutch. But still, there's still one person left on the Norse team. They can still clutch this out. There's some insurmountable amount of pressure on him, but he can do it.
All right, sorry, Coin. I'm going to have to interrupt you. I have to make a phone call real quick. Hello? Is this YYZ, the leader of the Dutch team? Yeah, can you make it a little bit more close? I think that would be a lot better for the Twitch viewers at home. Yeah, all right. Yeah, I'll make over the money. Yeah, that's all right. Okay, that was YYZ on the phone just now, and it's gonna be a little bit more close from now on.
Okay, so they're gonna field you.
Yeah, and wait, hold on. What are you saying here? I'll let you know. My Palatina is insane. Man, you didn't have to do me like that. Not in front. Not if my mom's watching this.
Oh.
All right, so let's focus. Let's get back to business. So, who is Norway going to send out, and who has the Netherlands to counter that? Give me your predictions.
Everyone. Okay, so the Norse, they have. Let me check. They still have Jay with the link. They have another Palutena, but something tells me they're not really going to field another Palutena against Purple Debo.
No, they are not. They are not.
It's just a gut feeling, really. And we still have Inkling, Priske Sisson, who opened yesterday and performed well, but I'm not sure. It's going to be the link. Okay, I think this was the most obvious choice we're going to have.
All right, so the link is a fantastic choice here in terms of matchup experience, because we in the Netherlands don't really have a very high-level link. Or am I forgetting someone?
Yeah, we do have Colossal Banter. He's
we have Banter. Yeah, so Colossal Banter is pretty good, but he only recently really started showing up, and well, yeah. Colossal Banter is quite good, but it's not on the level of other links, like, for example...
Jay.
Yeah. For example, Jay.
Jay is a really good link, apparently. And, yeah, it's going to be time for Jay to do 10 stocks. Who else to defeat evil than the Link himself, the master of fighting against evil and saving bitches?
I mean, if you look at Breath of the Wild, he was able to. If you skipped all the spirit beasts and stuff like that, you have to face off like 5 different forms of Ganon, and then the final form, and then the final form. I mean, it's kind of like this, right? It's kind of the same.
And you can potentially do that with a goddamn mob.
Yeah, so, you can.
Link's got this.
I think he really could, and well, you know, as soon as he starts incorporating some of those speedrun strats, like flying across the stage at 1,000,000 kilometers per hour, I think that Purple Debo could be in big trouble.
Yeah, I'm really wondering here if he could do a stasis launch with the Hydrant. That would be a really good option here for Link, but this is not realistic. Maybe this is a speedrun, but this is more a speedrun Norway any percent at this point, because, I mean, Debo is not letting up. Gets the stock. Okay, Debo has been sniped. That's the one. And the most important thing, Link did not lose a stock there. So there's a fire. There's a small fire of hope.
I think we angered the Norwegian fans.
And oh god, oh boy.
Yeah, this is bad. This is not good.
Is bad. We have to bail. Can someone take us offline, please?
And that's gonna be it for today's show.
Well, Norway clutches it out.
Norway clutches it out.
But now we're in an exciting position. We get to see a new play from the Netherlands, which we haven't done for a long, long time, actually. Mm-hmm. So we're gonna have to see who the Netherlands are going to bring, who they're going to use to bring it home today. Who do you think is going to be in there?
It's a tough choice. I think that they have very good options in people like Triple Ace, Palutena. I think we could send out an actual egg. I would like to see Treehugger take the stage, or maybe even Paint. I don't think you need a heavy hitter like Loading or Super Semi already. I think you can soften up Jay with a player like Treehugger, for example, and then bring it home with Loading or Semi.
Yeah, that's good. And just putting in Semi right off the bat is just, I don't think he doesn't. I don't know if the young Link versus Link matchup is really good, because Link can match the camping and the zoning potential that young Link has to bring to the table, and hits just quite a bit harder than Link. Of course, young Link having those sick, amazing combos, and Super Sammy being one of the best players in the world, to me, is just that's going to be danger. But also, yeah, the stage could be set for potentially Paint or Treehugger, who haven't yet played, or BJ, who also hasn't played yet.
Yeah.
And all three just incredible players who you can easily, at the least they can do is wear Jay down.
Basically, all they have to do is take one stock each, and they'll be bringing it home. So it's not exactly the most exciting proposal, but as YYZ could basically say, like whisper to them, and be like, "Hey, all you need to do is pick Ganondorf and side beat him off stage."
That would be so freaking disgusting.
It would be.
Imagine the Netherlands doing that and losing.
Okay, so it could happen, because BJ plays Ganondorf as well. Super Semi plays Ganondorf as well. It could happen. And then we have the traditional Link versus Ganondorf matchup. The one I was talking about just now. It's the lore. It's the lore.
Maybe they would play. If Semi would play, I would like for him to go Ganondorf, but that's just from a lore standpoint. From a gameplay standpoint, I highly not recommend it.
Well, what makes you say so? I think the Link versus Ganondorf matchup is very even.
And maybe on your
said no one ever.
Maybe in your quick play matches, but over here in Elite, it's pretty bad.
Well, are you an Elite Smash? You must be really good at the game.
I am top 3% in the game, baby.
All right. So on a little bit more serious note, we are experiencing a little bit of a delay here, because I noticed what's going on in the Team Dutch camp, as I am actually a part of the Dutch team camp, and YYZ ordered BJ to come out, but BJ is not responding. So who knows what's happening over there? Yeah, very interesting. So, as you may know or may not know, there's actually a second stream going on right now over at Geeky Goon Squad. Be sure to tune in there as well. I believe they are currently playing France versus Italy, which just started. So stay up to date with that one as well, because that's going to be a big one. I believe France versus Italy could really go either way, and they're starting off really well with Flo versus Dynamire. So that's very exciting as well.
I think Egg's not going to be the one to be. I see people in chat asking for the Egg, but we're going to have to disappoint the team. I think whoever it is, it's not going to be. If it is going to be Egg, you can quote me on that. I will shave my balls.
Well, that's very high stakes you're putting there.
With a cheese grate.
Oh yeah, that you just okay. That's something.
Yeah, I raised the stakes, baby. I'm confident.
That's something. Well, I'm looking at the match from France versus Italy on my other screen, and Flo is absolutely going ham right there. It's very fun to watch. So be sure.
We're just gonna cast the other goddamn match.
No, I'm not going to cast it. I'm just admiring Flo's Roy.
Is it on Geeky Goon Squad? Or?
It is on Geeky Goon Squad, and actually, as you may know, Geeky Goon Squad also has a follow button, so you can follow this stream and you can follow Geeky Goon Squad stream as well. Yeah, and you will be supporting both streams at the same time. You can do that. Only you can do that.
Just a massive shout out to Geeky Goon Squad and Next and DAT Team just for pulling out an amazing stream event. Like everything has been arranged so great. And shout out to GP for pulling his weight. Like GP is an MVP, man, at this point. He's just been crushing it. And shout out to all the other casters. The guys I casted with yesterday, M1, Cyrus. We have, of course, our good friends Dagobert and Gijsbeer. We have our boy Lustrous here coming in to save the day. And all those other people who just showed up and took time out of their weekend to cast some real fun Smash. It's been a great event so far, and I really hope that in the future we're gonna have to see a lot more of this.
I want to see this at an offline event, big international event, something like an Albion or a Syndicate. Who knows? It's all in the future. It's all a mystery. Cue the mysterious music. Blah 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 blah. All right, so we're going to finally head into the match, and we're gonna see Jay facing off against AAA.
It's gonna be one of our Wi-Fi kings, running right off the back of a win at Neptune and just playing a great game yesterday, taking those stocks off of not sure. Oh wait, he took stocks against Zelda.
Yeah, he sure did.
That's the one.
Now, the nature of this matchup, in my opinion, is that Link really struggles off stage, and on stage, we could either see a very campy side for both, or like we see now, we see AAA really penetrating that trap bubble and trying to stay in there, using the dash attack, using the quick aerials, and well, it could really go either way here.
Yeah, and AAA really sets himself apart with his incredibly safe, low-risk, high-reward playstyle, just sometimes dropping his offensive state to reset to neutral, to calm himself down, not overextending ever. You'll never catch him with his hand in the cookie jar. He always keeps it at a safe, an arm's length distance, and that has made him into an incredibly reliable player, mostly. It's not been the most flashiest, even though he has really flashy combos sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
He's now slowly extending his lead and taking the first stock off of Jay. Let's go AAA, not getting too many percentage against him. Just 44%. It's just a really great start for AAA here.
It's looking quite difficult for Jay already. We just saw that offstage situation. Yeah, you could say he probably could have recovered from that if he had played it a little bit more cleanly, but it's very hard to deal with both the auto reticle, the drop down nair, the counter. Palutena has such great tools at her disposal to really make Jay's life very rough here.
And Jay has a really hard time landing, and of course we cannot forget that AAA's favorite stage, like one of his best performing stages, is Pokemon Stadium 2. So this is the odds are stacked against Link, but Link has been there have been more odds stacked against Link in his rich history as a game character. So this is just another Saturday in the park for the boy from Pennsylvania.
Gets the back air, shoots Jay further off stage and even intercepts the bomb recovery with that up air. AAA is prepared for everything and is prepared to take this one home.
Yeah, that was a really great catch by AAA. Good attempt by Jay. He understands that he is a sitting duck off stage, tries to go for the bomb recovery, gets the F tilt here, takes away the first stock from AAA. AAA is going to have to be doing a JV2 here. Oh wait, that's not going to happen anymore in JV3. But still, yeah, he recognized that off stage he's a sitting duck, so he used the bomb recovery to cover high, but unfortunately he just went in a little too far, a little too hard, and AAA just catch that with an up air. He will catch that any time of the day.
I mean, it helps if your move has the hitboxes the size of Europe. So AAA really showed the mastery, quote unquote, of using the up air.
Are you calling Palutena fat, by the way?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying she has big bones. Especially her up air has big bones. I would prefer it if they make it boneless, but yeah.
Jay here shifting the momentum a tiny bit, had some good advantage swings here, took that stock, but now is in a very, very sad state. Gets the explosive flamethrowers up. You see AAA using that a lot, by the way. The drop down off stage with the explosive flame to get on stage to get a close range explosive flame to really mess with someone's to regain stage control, really.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, Jay is playing really well, so this is pretty sad. I mean, he's been pretty much counterpicked by Palutena at this point. I mean, any other Dutch player would have had a lot of trouble with this, I think.
I think so too. But AAA is showing the mastery of the Palutena, showing the mastery of this matchup, and even using the teleport here to get out of a disadvantaged situation. And it's looking very rough for Jay right here. I don't think he can make this happen. Or maybe he can get stocks off AAA, but after that, having to play another 6 stocks, I'm not seeing how this is going to happen.
That's going to be a really tough challenge for anyone, really. I don't see any player that gets the up B, gets the kill, and AAA here on his last stock. Well played by Jay, taking 3 stocks already in his by far the best performer here on the Norse team. Really showing himself to be a top level player here.
Mm-hmm.
One of the finest players the Dutch have to offer here.
Explosive Flame is not gonna do it just yet. Jay on his final ropes here needs to make something happen, some insane combo, some insane string, or some insane edge guard. But that back air instead shoots him off stage, gets an insane bomb recovery.
Great tech from him, great awareness on 168%. That is not an easy feat to pull off. Really pulling it off here, just really clutching it out, and will be able to clutch out this last stock. Because it doesn't matter if he's on rage, so he's pretty dangerous right now.
Mm-hmm.
That is not going to kill just yet. Going very deep for that recovery, and ooh, AAA takes it back. Gets some disadvantage here. Gets an up B for on 50%. This is pretty dangerous for AAA. He has to be finishing stocks really soon. A back throw will do it. Pretty much any stray hit will almost do it, except for move forward and will gets the bomb.
Alright, AAA just has to find a stray hit like you said, or is Jay actually gonna make this comeback happen here? Lots of pressure on AAA here to make it happen, 200% almost on Jay. The explosive flame is gonna take it.
AAA clutches it out, like, it looked really exciting at some point. I mean, Jay was really playing really well. But the Dutch just proved to be too much of a fighting force here. And, I mean, this is pretty much a dismantling of the Norse team.
Yep, and the Netherlands takes it home and secures that semi-final spot. Now all they have to do is win 2 more games and they will be the winners of this European Smash Crew Invitational, the ESCI, and Norway, unfortunately, doesn't get there and has to be satisfied with, I believe it's a 5th place.
I mean, they already performed so incredibly well. Getting that upset versus Austria, just clutching that match out, really, I think they did a great job. And I mean, the Netherlands is pretty much one of the teams here to beat. Such an incredible lineup along with teams like France and Germany. So the fact that they got this far already really speaks volumes about the level of players that they have in Norway. And I mean that in a really positive way. I mean, they've been playing really well.
And you know, Norway might have lost in Smash today, but they are still winning in several other categories because they are a Scandinavian country. Of course, they are the best in some of the most wonderful things in the world, such as healthcare and stuff like that. So you still got that going for you.
Comparing it with the Dutch.
I mean, yeah, but...
I mean, you can compare it to almost every other country.
I mean, I know. We are pretty great.
Yeah.
Norway is pretty great as well.
I mean, yeah. I mean, if you would have said Norway wins in nature, I would have instantly agreed with that.
Okay, I will change my statement, scrap my previous statement. Norway wins in nature.
I mean, the Dutch is like Flat Titty Island, and Norway is just such a beautiful and rich country with so much nature. And then you have the Netherlands, and you have the Veluwe, which is like, it's a small park.
I also think that the Norway wins out in cuisine, but that's because all we have is like cheese on brown bread.
Brakke!
So yeah. Anyway, I think we're done here, Coin. It has been a pleasure casting with you. The Netherlands takes it home over Norway. Wow, I need to get some coffee.
Yeah, be sure to stick around, everyone, because the semifinals will start after this, and my boy Near here is going to cast that as well.
Yeah,
he will be casting versus the winner of France versus Italy, so that's going to be an exciting match regardless, and it is looking pretty close between the two teams right now. So it's going to be a good match.
Yeah, France versus Italy is happening currently on Geeky Goon Squad, but if you're watching this stream, don't go anywhere because we will also be streaming the next match on here in 10 minutes. So please stick around. Be sure to follow both this stream and the Geeky Goon Squad stream. You would be a tremendous help. We would like to thank you for watching so far and have a fantastic evening with the rest of the matches.
And Nir, thank you very much for inviting me to co-cast with you.